Greetings, Eric Bakker from New Zealand, the naturopath. Thank you for coming back. I always appreciate people coming to look at my videos, and I make them for people just like you. People who like to eat hummus, because that's why you're looking at this video. Do you like hummus? I love hummus. So I usually start with a cup of dried chickpeas. I get the big fat plump organic chickpeas, and I soak them for at least 6 to 8 hours. If I'm lazy or I'm in a hurry, I'll actually put them in water in the pressure cooker and pressure cook them for 20 to 30 minutes, they're done. But usually I soak them. I soak them in reverse osmosis water, so pure water, usually de-ionized water, ultra pure water. I check usually my water once a week with a total dissolved solid meter to make sure it's 0 particles. So super pure water, soak them, okay, and then I like to cook them in the water I soak them in. Some people drain that water, put fresh water in. I usually chuck it in a nice cast iron pot, and I'll cook that for about, until it's soft, until I can mash the pea and it tastes quite nice. Then I'll drain that and I'll cool it. I'll throw that in my Vitamix blender and I'll throw in tahini to taste, which is ground sesame seed paste. For 1 cup of soaked chickpeas, I might use half a cup, 3/4 cup of tahini, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, depending on the chickpea. And I'll put in 2 or 3 cloves of fresh garlic chopped up in there as well. And then I'll put some olive oil in there sometimes. I've used peanut oil, I've used different kind of oils in there. You know, you can play around with that. You put a bit of salt in there, a bit of pepper in there. You can spice it up a bit if you want. That's a fantastic food to eat. Many people can tolerate hummus on Candida cleanse, whereas they can't tolerate, for example, black-eyed peas or azuki beans, pinto beans, navy beans, and even chickpeas or what we know garbanzos themselves. So if you can't tolerate a chickpea and get gas and bloating, you may well tolerate the hummus, which has got the tahini component through it. So it's definitely worth a try. It's a very, very good snack food if you're going to have celery sticks with it and radishes, and all sorts of stuff, carrot sticks and things like that. Very tasty. What I like about hummus, it's a prebiotic food. So the chickpeas encourage the good production of short-chain fatty acids in your colon. So you'll get good fermentation going on. You'll get propionate and butyrate and different fatty acids building up, and then the beneficial count will increase. So initially you may get gas and bloating, but if you cut out all the alcohol from your diet and the crappy foods and eat good foods like hummus, the gas and bloating will disappear. Might take a few months, but it'll go away because you're slowly changing your microbiome to a healthy profile. Now remember, you can't change the gut overnight, okay? Any more than you can't, when you've got a 60,000 ton container ship going into port, you can't make a 5-second decision to want to go in that bay. You've got to make the decision 5 miles out in the ocean. All right, I've mentioned this to people many times. You make a 2-degree rudder turn 5 clicks out, and you're making very slow changes as you're coming in, and you perfectly dock that massive ship because you thought about your actions back. Now, think about that intelligent thing that I just said there. If you're going to make changes very slowly over a period of weeks and months, that bowel's going to cruise perfectly into a healthy state. It takes time to develop a healthy microbiome. It doesn't happen overnight. All right? It won't happen. You can't take a few probiotics and in a week you stop farting. It doesn't work like that. Give yourself time. Make the right changes. Include foods like hummus into your diet because they're very healthy foods to eat. I highly endorse it. Start slow though, and eventually you can eat a little bit more. And try not to buy the shop-bought junk. God knows what it's got in it. You're better off making your own hummus. It's cheap and it's easy. And that's a Jewish saying. Thanks for tuning in.